Imagine if you tried to stream the latest viral video on a rotary phone. Frustrating, right? It's outdated and just not made for this world. Now, what if I told you that's exactly what your mindset is doing every single day, trying to process a hyper-connected, high-speed world with hardware designed for hunting and gathering? In our rapidly evolving world, you're still trying to survive with a mindset designed for a completely different era. That constant, low-grade hum of stress you feel. The feeling that you're always struggling to catch up. That isn't a personal failure. It's an evolutionary mismatch. And this mismatch is the source of so much of our modern anxiety and even depression. It's a sign that our internal world is out of sync with our external one. In the search for a solution to this internal conflict, developmental psychologist John H. Flavel introduced a groundbreaking concept back in the 1970s, metacognition, the ability to observe your own thinking. He showed how the self-awareness of our own thinking can dramatically enhance learning and decision-making. This is the foundation for what we'll call the meta-mindset, the skill of separating yourself from your thoughts so you can observe them without judgment. It's the most effective tool to see exactly where you're living out of alignment and begin to fix it. So let's talk about why your brain is stuck in this conflict, and most importantly, how to cultivate the meta-mindset that finally puts you in conscious control. We're going to move beyond just coping with anxiety and start reshaping the very mental patterns that create it. For hundreds of thousands of years, the human brain evolved to solve a very simple set of problems. Find food, avoid predators, and stick with your tribe. Our brain's core blueprint was perfected for a world of immediate physical danger. Hear a twig snap, and your alarm system, the amygdala, floods you with adrenaline. Feel first, think later. It's the reason any of us are here. The problem is, we're still operating with that same hardware, but the world has completely transformed. Today's predators aren't lions in the grass. They're a passive-aggressive email, the 24/7 news cycle, or the crushing pressure of social media. You can't run away from these threats or punch your credit card debt, but our ancient brain doesn't know the difference. It perceives a threat and triggers its one and only program, the stress response. This creates a state of chronic low-grade anxiety. Your body is perpetually braced for a danger your conscious mind knows isn't life or death, but your nervous system hasn't gotten the memo. This conflict is compounded by beliefs we inherited in childhood, a roadmap for a good life that may no longer lead anywhere useful. The world has outpaced our conditioning. And this is where the core of the conflict, cognitive dissonance, really digs in its heels. Cognitive dissonance is that deeply uncomfortable feeling you get when you hold two conflicting beliefs or when your actions don't match your values. Psychologist Leon Festinger named it back in the 1950s, describing it as the mental static that occurs when your brain tries to hold two contradictory ideas at once. That static is what we feel as anxiety, guilt, shame, and stress. Let's make this real. Here are some modern conflicts that might be playing out in your mind right now. The health conflict. You believe, my health is a top priority. You know you need more sleep, better food, and more movement. But your actual behavior is staying up late scrolling, ordering takeout because you're exhausted, and telling yourself the gym can wait. That gap between your belief, I value my health, and your action, I'm not acting like it, creates a painful dissonance. Your brain tries to resolve it with excuses. I'm just too busy, or I deserve a treat. But the underlying conflict is still there, draining your mental energy. The career conflict. You grew up believing a stable, secure job is the key to a happy life. But you're in a job that, while stable, feels like it's crushing your soul. Every Sunday night, that wave of dread washes over you. You see people on social media living their passion, and your belief, I should be grateful for this job, is at war with the feeling, this job is making me miserable. That is a perfect recipe for burnout. The social media conflict. You think, I'm a smart person, I'm not easily influenced. But then you find yourself 2 hours deep into Instagram or TikTok, comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel, feeling that pang of envy and inadequacy. Your belief, I'm above this, is clashing with your behavior. I'm actively choosing to do something that makes me feel bad. You might tell yourself, I'm just unwinding, but you can feel the emotional toll, the relationship conflict. You hold the value, I deserve a relationship where I feel respected and loved, but you find yourself staying with someone who makes you feel small or unsupported. That conflict between your core value and your daily reality creates enormous psychological stress. To cope, you might start justifying their behavior or even changing what you believe you deserve. In every case, your brain is desperate to close that gap. It will perform incredible mental gymnastics to do so. It will change the behavior, change the belief, or most often invent a third story to justify the gap. This constant process of justifying and rationalizing is exhausting. It's like having a constant internal debate that slows everything down and drains your psychological reserves. That mental fatigue, the anxiety you feel. So I have a question for you. Take a second and really think about it. Where in your life right now do your actions and your values feel out of sync? It can be big or small. Pause and see what comes up. Let me know in the comments. Just acknowledging the dissonance is the first most powerful step to resolving it. So, how do we fix this? The solution isn't to fight our brains, but to consciously reshape our mental patterns. It's time to evolve beyond primal reactions and cultivate what I call a meta-aware mindset. Meta means above. This is based on metacognition, the skill of thinking about your thinking. It's the ability to step outside your automatic thoughts and watch them without judgment, activating the most evolved part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex. This is possible because of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself. You're not stuck with the brain you were given, you are its architect. This mindset has 3 foundational pillars. Let's build your new way of being. Pillar 1, the observer, activating conscious awareness. The first step is to become aware of the conflict with compassionate curiosity. You learn to watch your thoughts from a distance instead of getting tangled up in them. An anxious thought appears, and we become an anxious person. The observer creates space. Here's how to practice this daily. Label your thoughts. A few times a day, pause and ask, what's happening in my mind? Then just label it gently. There's that wave of work stress. I'm noticing the thought that I'm not good enough. This isn't analysis, it's acknowledgement. Notice the physical feeling. Your body often signals dissonance before your mind does. When you feel that tightness in your chest before opening your work email, or that hot flush of shame after overspending, just notice it. Label it. That's the feeling of financial stress. You're not judging it, you're just seeing it clearly. Create separation. Use the phrase, I'm noticing I'm having the thought that. This simple shift changes everything. You are not the thought. You are the space in which the thought is occurring. You are the sky, not the weather. Set awareness alarms. Set 3 random alarms on your phone for the day. When one goes off, take 1 deep breath and simply observe your internal state for 30 seconds. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? This builds the muscle of returning to the present moment. Pillar 2, the investigator. Applying strategic questioning. Once you can observe, you become an investigator. This is about gently questioning the automatic thoughts that create dissonance. Your primal brain wants what's familiar, not what's true. The investigator's job is to seek truth with kindness. When you notice a painful thought or belief, get curious like a compassionate detective. Where did I learn this belief? Is it truly mine, or is it an echo from my past? What is this belief trying to protect me from? What old fear is it based on? What is the cost of holding on to this thought? How does it affect my energy, my mood, my actions? If I didn't believe this thought, who would I be? What would become possible? What is a more empowering or true way of looking at this situation? Let's apply this to the social media conflict. The thought is, I'm just unwinding on my phone. The observer notices it creates a low feeling. The investigator asks, is it 100% true that this is relaxing me, or am I seeking validation and ending up with comparison? What if I chose a way to unwind that actually refuels me, like listening to music for 10 minutes or stepping outside? You are not forcing positive thinking. You are opening the door to more accurate, more expansive thinking. Pillar 3. The architect, engaging in conscious redesign. This is where you become the creator of your inner world. After observing your patterns and investigating your beliefs, you consciously design new thoughts and behaviors that align with your true, chosen values. This is an act of profound self-creation. Define your blueprint. First, get radically clear on your values. Not what you should value, but what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, who do I want to be a year from now? What are the top 3-5 qualities that person embodies? Freedom, courage, presence, health. Write them down. This is your personal constitution. Take aligned micro-actions. Your brain doesn't learn from thinking, it learns from doing. To close the gap of dissonance, you must take small, almost laughably small actions that align with your new blueprint. If your value is health, don't commit to a marathon. The architect's first step is to place a glass of water by your bed before you go to sleep. Each sip in the morning is a vote for your new identity. If your value is creativity, don't pressure yourself to write a novel. Open a notebook and write one sentence. Just one. That action tells your brain, I am a person who creates. If your value is financial freedom, don't get overwhelmed by debt. The micro-action is setting up an automatic transfer of $5 into your savings account each week. It's not about the amount, it's the act of becoming a person who saves. Design your environment. Make your desired actions the path of least resistance. If you want to be more present, put a book on your nightstand instead of your phone. If you want to stop the social media comparison loop, move the app to the last page of your phone inside a folder. If you want to eat healthier, place the fruit bowl on the counter and the junk food in a high out-of-the-way cabinet. Make your environment a partner in your growth, not an obstacle. These small, consistent actions are how you build a new reality. They methodically carve new neural pathways. The cognitive dissonance fades, not because you fought the anxiety, but because you resolved the inner conflict that caused it. That hum of anxiety isn't a sign you're broken, it's a signal. It's your mind's check engine light, asking you to look under the hood because your actions and values are out of sync. The solution is to listen, to become the observer, the investigator, and the architect of your mind. This is the practice of a lifetime, but it begins now. With every small, aligned action, you are resolving the conflict and reclaiming your power from the inside out. Thank you for watching. If this resonated, please like and subscribe. And now, I want to hear from you. Share in the comments. What's one area of your life where you feel that pull of cognitive dissonance? Just acknowledging it is the first act of the architect. Your journey starts now.